and I just landed into one pixel of water, which stopped me from dying from that fall, which makes absolutely no sense. And just like that making no sense, I'm going to be talking about things that make no sense in Minecraft. And no, I'm not talking about your casual floating tree. I'm talking more like if you were to pick up lava with a bucket and pick that lava back, and then throw that lava-proof bucket into the lava, and then somehow the bucket just gets disintegrated, gone, it just disappears. Like, how does that make any sense? And on the theme of lava, we've got a lava pool, a cactus, and some netherite. And you have a guess on what you think will destroy the netherite ingots, lava or a small little cactus. And if you guessed lava, you'd be incorrect, because this is a video about stuff that makes no sense, so of course lava wouldn't destroy netherite ingots. So you see, if you throw some netherite ingots into lava, they will not get destroyed, in fact they would actually float. But if you go to a cactus, it will just destroy it and like delete it from the game. And I'm pretty sure in real life, no matter what you do, it's not deleting something out of existence, because if it did, cactuses would be a lot more scary. This one involves redstone, and some people say redstone makes no sense anyway, but this one especially makes no sense, because if you get a piston, and then do this and power it with this, it's literally powered by something that's not even connected to it whatsoever. It's got a massive gap. And if you think it's how I placed it, or if it's a glitch, I will break this and put it back. Yeah, that makes no sense. That's like if you cut a wire and then like the light bulb still got the energy and turned on. This makes no sense whatsoever. So if you got a big drip leaf and decided to put an anvil on it, even some other random stuff on it like these blocks, it can easily hold that weight. But as soon as you want to put a feather onto it, it just like collapses and it can't hold that weight. So I don't know what Mojang's logic is here, but I'm pretty sure an anvil weighs a lot more than a feather. So I have no clue what's happening here. And more about things that make no sense about anvils. If you were to place an anvil into the water like this, it would just sink straight in. But if you were to throw it into the water like this, it will just float back up to the top like any other item, which makes no sense. Because an anvil's there and an anvil's there, the exact same item. So technically that item should sink to the bottom like that. So I guess the Mojang and anvil can be light or heavy depending on how you throw it. Now you've probably realised that making a cake makes absolutely no sense in Minecraft. It requires no baking, it just requires throwing these recipes into a crafting table. I'm not even going to talk about the fact why it needs 3 milk buckets. It just makes absolutely no sense that you don't need to bake it, you just throw it into this thing. And then you get a full cake with the icing and everything, and I don't know where the icing came from either. So this makes absolutely no sense. Your character can easily walk through a 2x1 door frame, and if you add a carpet it can easily do the same thing. But for some reason, when you add a fence underneath the carpet then try to walk through it, no matter how much you try you can just not walk through it for some reason. So if you were to set a chicken on fire with a flint steel, when it dies, as you would expect, it would drop you cooked chicken, and that makes perfect sense. But if you were to put a chicken onto a campfire, when it but if you were to put a when you fit a chicken on a campfire, when it dies, it will drop you raw chicken. And that makes no sense because they both died to fire, so they should both follow the same principles of giving you cooked chicken, but this one gives you raw chicken. So that makes no sense. Especially how campfires normally cook food as well. So if you were to jump onto a slime, it would make you bounce and the gate will damage, which makes sense. But for some reason, if you crouch, stop you from jumping and you still take all the damage you would normally do when you fall. So if you crouch, it stops you from bouncing and you die. The composter lets you use many different types of foods to make bone meal, but for some reason it will not let you use bamboo, and to Mojang, bamboo is only panda food. So everyone knows you can easily survive a fall if you fall into 1 block of water. You can even do the same if you fall into a waterlogged block, but as soon as you try to go into a cauldron that is full of water, you just die, which makes absolutely no sense because the water's still there, but it just doesn't let you survive into that for some reason. And carrying on with the theme of water, if you were to put an enderman into water, it won't like it and it will teleport away. If you were to put it into a waterlogged block, it will do the same thing. But as soon as you put it into a cauldron, it's perfectly fine with it. It's alright, it doesn't mind the water, unless you look at it. Okay, we need to have a talk about wheat, because its strength makes absolutely no sense because it can easily withstand sand going on it, and even anvils, but as soon as a player decides to just jump on it, it just breaks, which makes absolutely no sense because I don't think a human weighs the weight of like a stack of anvils. Have you ever noticed when you go fishing that all the fish that you get aren't actually the ones you can see in the water? And for some reason, if you use your fishing rod, it'll be one that you can't see. So let's see if you can get one right now. And as you can see right there, it's literally an invisible fish. You're catching invisible fish. How does that make any sense?